Hello, my welcome and amazing people. Hello and welcome. It is day 28. And it is not a very good day for me, or rather, it would not be if not for my absolute magic trick that I'm going to mention very soon. It wouldn't be a very good day because, as you might know already, I spent last 2 days being sick and stuffing myself with some fast foods as well. And this didn't make me feel any better. And it did affect my night. Unfortunately, I could not fall asleep. I slept like maybe 3 hours, and I am not accustomed to sleep so little. So I woke up and I was so incredibly tired. I was so impossibly tired. So I knew that this is the time. This is the time to take out my magic card. This was the time for caffeine. And I think this is a pretty good opportunity for me to try and explain my relationship with caffeine. Because I actually started to do a trick that I've heard about in one of the episodes of Joe Rogan's podcast. It was an interview with a guy that was doing a PhD on caffeine, and he did a little experiment on himself. After doing the experiment, he discovered the thing that I am doing or trying to do, but he never really stuck with it because he had a way busier life than I'm having. I'm not going to say, by the way, anything that you might not know, but I think I will say something that not many people are actually practicing. I used to drink a fuckload of caffeine, honestly, like impossible amounts of it, and it didn't really work on me. Whenever I did not drink it, I was awfully tired. When I did drink it, I was a bit tired, but I didn't really have any bursts of energy because I was so addicted to caffeine. So what I did is I completely eradicated caffeine from my life, and the first 2 months were absolutely monstrous. It was so bad, and I did it for one purpose. I did it not because I wanted life without caffeine. That life is sad. I did it because I wanted caffeine to actually work. So I'm treating this so cheap material that coffee is, sometimes an energy drink, but usually just coffee, with impossible amount of respect. This is my treasure. This is my holy grail. I use it in case of emergency. So I can basically live like 1 or even 2 months without caffeine at all, without tea, without Coke, without any sort of caffeine, any source of caffeine there is, even in small amounts. And then I will have a standard coffee. And oh my God, that day is a glorious day. So I'm always using it as my emergency card whenever things are bad. And things were bad. I've been sick, so it means that I'm weak. I've been eating shit, which means I am weak. And I slept like shit, which means I'm weak. So today was a day, and I had this cup of coffee at 9 a.m. It is 12:30 at the moment, and I'm still absolutely bursting with energy. I just got back from 1 hour of fast walking on a beach. And I still have a full day ahead of me. And yeah, some kind of a down will come. Like, I don't expect it to be a full day full with energy. Probably within 2 or 3 hours, I will feel super tired again. But it basically got me through the most difficult part of my day. For today, it's the first part of the day. It's the first half of the day. But basically, most of my days are being constructed in a way that the first half is far more difficult than the other one. So, yeah. It really helped. But if I would have it again tomorrow, effect would be a little similar. But if I would keep on having it every single day, I would completely eradicate myself from the glorious experience of caffeine. Like, it wouldn't work for me anymore. There would be absolutely no burst of energy whatsoever. So that's that. That's my magic trick. I'll have a caffeine again, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. I don't know, whenever I'll have a really bad day, then I'll have caffeine again. So, that's that. The only thing is that my Zazen, by the way, is terrible. I completely can't focus at all. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm so distracted. My monkey mind is absolutely crazy. But after a cup of coffee, it was even worse. It was actually bad. But I did Zazen today. I came back to my normal diet as well, and my normal cardio every single day. Going to the gym Tuesday. I'll be going to the gym for the first time next week, Tuesday, starting with a new training plan as well. In a way, it's the same training plan. I will just have different exercises, but I'll be basically exercising the same muscle groups in a similar manner, and the split is going to be exactly the same as well. So it's just different sets of exercises for the same thing, I think. Just stretching the muscle in a different way, But yeah, I spent quite a bit of my idle time, you could say, whenever I'm not doing anything in particular, thinking in which direction I should push my life into. Because right now I'm working on my discipline, and well, maybe it's not going all that well, but mostly I do stick to it, and I do try to stick to it 100%. Really hard. I actually try. And I think I have a brief idea what to do with myself on like a mental/career level of my life. I think I know where to push. And I feel inspired to start sooner than I wanted to. And I'm wondering if it's going to be a mistake. Like, if in my current routine it is gym, cardio, diet, and meditation, and I still kind of struggle, especially with the diet one, because like I do go to the gym, except whenever I'm sick, which is obvious. I do go to the gym, but I have to always force myself, and I always have to force myself to meditate, and it is difficult for me to stick to my diet, and I'm not sure if adding another thing will actually help, but I have a weird feeling that it will. Because as I mentioned before, first half of a day for me is the most difficult one, but it is also the most valuable one. The second half of the day, I'm just wasting away, I'm just playing some games, and that's everything. So I'm thinking if I would just add another thing to my life that would replace all those time-wasting activities in the second half of the day, usually the second half of the day, then maybe I'll be able to remain more focused. But this is something still to think about, so I don't want to say all too much yet. Because whenever I will, and whenever I will promise myself that I will stick to something, I better bloody stick to it. As I mentioned yesterday in yesterday's episode, the worst thing that can happen on any kind of discipline is any exceptions from it. This is what hurts me the most. This is what gets me down the worst, So I don't want to start something and once again never finish it, as I have been doing so for a quarter of a century. But that's probably a subject for another time. Thank you very much for listening, people. Thank you. Stay strong.